How do you control a big fish? Whether you have a kayak, whether you're fishing from a kayak or the breakwall or the streams, whatever, what it comes down to is working within the specifications of your rod. All these rods have line weights. And all rules are made to be broken, but you have to know how you can break them. So if you don't know how to break a rule properly, probably best to stay within it. One of the key rules is set your drag properly. And there is I like to do it pretty precisely, because when I do it precisely, I have 100% confidence that nothing is going to go bad while I'm fighting that fish, unless I'm a total moron while I'm fighting it. By that I mean, when your line is only the line test the box says it is, when there is nothing connected to it. This is only a 20-pound test line until I put a knot into it. Once I put a knot into it, it's no longer a 20-pound test, because that knot is mechanically weaker than the unabused line. Right? Any questions on that, class? All in agreement? Okay. So there is a knot called the Palomar knot, which is reportedly 98% of the line strength of the line you tie it with. Okay, good enough. Some knots, like the improved clinch knot, are only 80% of the line strength. So if you tie an improved clinch knot, which is you put the line through the hook, and you spin the hook around, and you take the tag end down through the little loop by the eye of the hook, and you do that, and you tie, boom, you don't have 10-pound test, you got 8-pound test. So if you put 8 pounds of drag on this reel, and you catch an 8-pound fish, and that fish decides to go that way, and you pull the rod that way, one thing's going to happen, and that's, pow, that line is gone. So is that fish. So you have to set your drag properly. And pretty much in most packages of line, I'll ignore it, there's an instruction, there's a little piece of paper, and it says set the weight, measure a weight at your hook equal to 1/4 to 1/3 of your line test. It's really simple. You put just say I got a 20-pound test line. I put a 10-pound test leader on it. I have to measure a weight at my hook equal to 2.5 pounds to 3 1/3 pounds. Well, I've got a 2.5 pound weight there. And I start with my drag really loose. And by the way, never let your rod go like this. You're going to break it. You should never let your rod tip go more than 90 degrees from the butt of the... So I start with a lightly set reel. I make incremental adjustments. Yeah, you see that reel, it's coming up, but it's minute adjustments. You heard that one click? One little click. And this is about it. Come on. Okay. Put your hand in here. Put a finger in there. Okay. Hold it like that. Just lift straight up. Don't lift the rod. Lift the whole thing up. Have you ever had a fish put that much pressure on a rod for you?
No.
That's 2.5 pounds.
Sure.
You go fishing for steelhead or salmon, you have a good likelihood of catching a 20-pound salmon, 12-pound steelhead. That's a lot bigger weight than that. Okay, so now what's the point of this? The point is, even if I am OWI on my watercraft, which I never am because I've had more than my share of near-death experiences in that environment. And I tie the stupidest knot by only having 1/4 of my line weight set as a drag. I am nowhere near the breaking strength of the line. No ifs, ands, or buts. Not even close to it. There's only two things that can happen. I hook up, that fish goes to the Canada, takes 200 yards of line off my reel. If I can't follow that fish, if I haven't reached consciousness before I see the end of my spool, I deserve to lose that animal. Same in the boat, in the stream. If that fish is taking that much line that fast, that is a humongously large animal, and I'm humongously stupid for letting it get that far away from me. Or I am pulling on it remorselessly, putting the hurt to it. And you can do, there are a number of ways now, amazingly enough. If you're fighting a fish, and all you're doing is doing that, the fish has the advantage. Because if you want to tire a fish quickly, don't fight it straight above. You hook it and fight it sideways. Drag it, move it back and forth. You can make that fish do the tango, and he won't know why he's going left or right. He just knows he's getting tired, because instead of being able to dog down, he's now got to go left and right to fight the lateral, that's your lateral energy or plankton. So you don't want to let these fish run to Canada. You don't want to use. There was something there, I can't remember now. I turned 60 a couple of weeks ago. Losing my brain cells.